First of all, as a filmmaker, you go to a festival in person and oftentimes you're meeting so many people that you don't have as much time to watch as many films. The nice thing about this online experience is I feel like, you can watch a lot of these films, not all of them, but a lot of them on your own time. So it's easier, I think, to watch. I'm Kenya Gillespie, and I'm the writer-director of the short film Michelle, which is about a 10-year-old Asian American girl who uses her love for Michelle Kwan to fight off her bullies.
Hi everybody, I'm Marie Hamora, the writer-director of Harana, which means serenade in Filipino, and it's in the shorts block Kwentuhan.
Hello, I'm Jeff Fong, writer-director in Sacramento, California, and my film is called Baichi and the Three Blind Rats, and it's about a gang interrogating a few of their members for ratting out their boss, and it's a quick little short of craziness. So I'm half Asian, half white. Being mixed 50-50, for me, it's incredibly easy to see one half of you misrepresented in our country. And I try to incorporate people that are mixed because we have our own problems, and everyone has problems. I've grown to try to find the right ways to balance that while still telling a really good story, because if your story's not good, no one's going to care about what you're trying to talk about. I'm a bit of trying to use comedy to talk about real subjects, because it's so easy to make people laugh about things that are uncomfortable and then get them to question why they were laughing.
I'm a new immigrant here in the United States. I've been here for 7 years from the Philippines. And when I moved, I realized how important Filipino stories are. And so a lot of the work that I focus on, all the work I focus on is basically about Filipinx stories, whether it is about Filipino Americans or from the Philippines.
I think recently I have become just really interested and really want to create work that celebrates Asian Americans. And I think it's just in my examination of my own identity and this work I've been creating that I feel like I'm becoming more Asian as I mature and connecting to that part of my culture and really wanting to see those kind of stories depicted on screen. I was just so grateful that I was even part of a festival, at this point in time. It's great that we still are able to celebrate films, even though it is in an online format. And I think it's great that festivals are still trying to show these kind of films, First of all, as a filmmaker, you go to a festival in person and oftentimes you're meeting so many people that you don't have as much time to watch as many films. The nice thing about this online experience is I feel like, you can watch a lot of these films, not all of them, but a lot of them on your own time. So it's easier, I think, to watch.
I feel that there are much more AAPI stories out there. We have a camera in our pocket with our phone. So everybody, from the accessibility of technology to now the thirst and desire for our own stories and for our own creators to make our stories, not somebody else to do it for us. I think that that's changed within, I would say, the last 3 or 4 years. And I've met so many great people at film festivals specifically who are just doing really exciting work from all different places all over the world, and I think that film festivals is really that access point to the most exciting new things.
Because of social media and because of how active people are to promote Asian American stories, and because of the conversations that are happening, it's inspiring more Asian Americans to make film, because I know of a lot of Asian Americans that didn't think that they could be filmmakers growing up and didn't think that there's a possibility. Even a lot of actors I know thought the same thing. They always thought that they're just only going to be the waiter, things like that. And then now they're starting to see more opportunities. With shorts, I think it's a lot harder to specifically pinpoint, because it's unfortunately really hard to watch shorts outside of festivals. There's Short of the Week, there's Vimeo, Staff Picks, maybe some end up on YouTube, and then you get your very select few that go to the Oscars and things like that. But outside of that realm, it's really hard to watch short films because it's very hard to be profitable making shorts when we're able to talk like how we're able to speak openly about Black Lives Matter and how we're able to, talk about people that aren't getting their voices heard.
I see that also happening at a feature level, right? In the films that are made by Asian American filmmakers and also featuring Asian American casts. I don't see, I wish there was like a little bit more energy in that direction still. I still think there can be a lot of change, and I think that happens at the top, right? I think the wonderful thing about shorts is that it is a place to experiment, and it is a place that's really open to anybody because it's a lot easier to produce shorts than it is like a feature.
Don't make the work for the audience. Because like when you start to make it for the audience, that's when you're not being yourself. Because for me, when I make something that I think that's something I'm proud of, something I would watch, it means that somebody out there will respond to it. And I don't necessarily have to pan to the audience for that.
It's always the advice I give to just any filmmaker in general is to tell your story. It's to find your voice. Those are, I think, the most important. That's how people connect with you and your films, is by creating, the stuff that nobody else can make, that only you can make. It's so generic, but I think it's so true, and that's just what I've done. And I see people connect with the stories that I've made, or hopefully shorts is the place to experiment, like I said earlier, right? It's like, that's your place to fail, to make all the mistakes, and to also just discover your voice.
Remember the initial idea, the initial reason why you love this so much, because that's what's going to carry you through the whole process. You have to be your number one cheerleader, because you cannot force or expect other people to have the same level of passion for your project as you. Don't inhibit your creativity by thinking about what others might think or what the society might not like. If you like it, that's important, because even if your film doesn't go anywhere, you've just leveled up by making that film, and you're going to get better and better and better. No matter what your story is, people will like it if you tell it well.
Jeff, I think you and I can be friends. I think that I had those box sets. I had Michelle Gondry autograph my box set when I was in film school.
What? Oh,
Both drummers, yeah.
We hate
saw
you
the
right
premiere
now,
of that
Bree.
film.
Yeah,
Just so you know.